people are owing 20 years. I don't know. This week again, I got tons of calls and messages, both Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. People are just asking the same question, and it's about this news that is trending on the internet. In fact, let's read it out. The news states that settle debt in 60 days or lose your owe. FG warns property owners. Now, if you scroll down, it reads, the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has declared a 60-day ultimatum for all Federal Certificate of Occupancy title owners to settle their debts, warning that failure to comply would lead to revocation of their titles. This announcement was made by Minister Ahmed Dangiwa during his address at the 29th Conference of Directors of Land in Abuja on Wednesday. So let's address this issue because some people are panicking. They are like, hey Anthony, am I going to lose my land? There is nothing to panic about. Absolutely nothing to panic about. Let's start by defining what a CFO is, and then we'll now explain what a federal CFO is, and then we'll explain your responsibility after hearing this information. A CFO is your title to occupy that particular land for a period of 99 years. The word title there can be interchanged with rights. A CFO is your right to occupy a property for a period of 99 years, just as the name implies, Certificate of Occupancy, to certify that you are the right occupant of this property for this period of 99 years. Now, some people ask, after 99 years, what happens? Do I lose my property? Let's explain this with something that everybody can relate to. Imagine you have a car or a motorcycle, whatever you are driving. You went to a car stand or wherever and bought this car and came back home with it. For you to drive this car on Nigerian road, you need to obtain the rights to drive it on Nigerian road. And this right expires every 1 year. So every 1 year, you got to renew your right to drive this car on Nigerian road. In the same way, after you bought a land from wherever, Monile, Nwafo, or real estate company, you need to also obtain your right to occupy this land for 99 years. Now, before the Land Use Act of 1978, the land was managed by the federal government on behalf of the people of the nation. But after the Land Use Act of 1978, the rights shifted to the state government. The state government now began to manage this land on behalf of the people of the state. And after you purchase this land, whether you bought a land with decision, registered survey, gazette, you need to obtain a what? A right to occupy this land. I made a video about this topic. You can find that video here in case you need more details on land titles and documents that protect your real estate investment in Nigeria. Now, some of you might be asking, if land title expires every 99 years, then why is Minister Dangiwa asking us for a rent? What does this rent stand for? Now, after you bought a property and you've done your CFO, you are supposed to pay a tax every year on that property. That tax is referred to as what? As land rent. So the government has their way of evaluating the property, and then they will now give you a tax to pay, usually between 0.1% and 2%, depending on location and also whether this land is a commercial or a residential property. So you know that the way Nigeria works, so many people have not been paying their land tax. They just own land and they know they own land. You understand me? So they just don't pay for their land taxes. Some people are owing 20 years. Some people are owing 3 months, 10 months, 10 years. I don't know. That's why you always need an advisor when you are investing in real estate. You always need somebody who is grounded, who has knowledge. Meanwhile, Minister Dangiwa is referring to those that are holding federal CFO, not everybody. But one thing that might happen is that when other governors hear it, when other state ministers hear it, they might see it as a good idea to also begin to collect their own. So you can go back to your CFO and shake how you have been paying your taxes. If you've not been paying your taxes, you need to take a proactive step to secure your property. But apart from that, there's nothing to panic about. Nobody is coming to take away your property from you. Please, if you enjoy my content, please subscribe for more valuable content. I remain Anthony, your trusted real estate consultant and your #1 facility manager in Nigeria. My name is Anthony from Real Estate Investment GPS, your perfect guide to the right real estate investment decisions. We also help you manage your portfolios for maximum cash flow and proper maintenance.